He's playing a druid, another druid. You guys can form
Another
a
druid.
circle.
Did you kill the other one?
The other druid is a goblin druid. So he's actually not here. He said Discord's downloading. So he'll be on as soon as possible.
Is he a moon druid?
He is.
Okay, we can do fang over fang. 2 wolves on top of each other.
It'll be like that Black Mirror episode. We both shape change into wolves and start making out. Alright, so
do you make baby druids?
That's what there's this whole section about what happens if an arch druid turns into a fox and then has a baby. Like, because they can stay as a fox for like forever.
Yeah, I'm not sure how long a wolf takes to procreate, but at the moment you can only wild shape for like an hour, so it's not enough time to raise an army.
Tune into Seb DM Gaming for more of this quality content.
Well, I'm sorry. You can if there's a population issue, it is the druid's job to make sure that species doesn't die.
These things need to be discussed.
Is everybody here? Yeah.
We'll find out. Well, we're still waiting for Troggy, but we got to get started. So let's do a recap of last session. All right, so you guys are in Cholt, surprisingly, the jungles of Cholt, and you've started making your way from Port Nyanzaru over to Camp Vengeance, possibly stopping by Camp Righteous to see what happened there for
Sounds easy, doesn't it?
Talon. It does sound easy until you get completely lost and end up going in the exact wrong direction. Your journeys, with a mixture of bad navigation, terrible luck with the weather, and just the sprawling jungle before you, has actually taken you guys to Firefinger instead. A 300-foot tall naturally formed spire of rock jutting up over the jungle canopy. You guys had approached Firefinger to use it as a lookout to try and get some bearings about the surrounding region. You'd also heard a rumor that terrafolk, these pterodactyl humanoid creatures, inhabit this spire, and that they're very dangerous and evil creatures as well. Upon approaching Firefinger, the party attempted to sneak in, but were attacked by terrafolk. Fighting through the terrafolk, you'd managed to fight and kill most of them, with a couple of them fleeing back to the top of the spire, and you began making your way through the very treacherous climb to get to the top of the spire. You've headed through the first level and the second level, and we ended the session with you guys arriving at the third level. So the spire of rock has these tunnels carved through the center of it, and there are these old looking rope and wood ladders connecting different levels, as well as some chimneys that you guys have been using to actually climb up through the center of Firefinger. You guys are close to the top now. You're about 240 feet above ground level, and Hugh actually dropped from quite a distance, about 160 feet, but miraculously he survived. Talim has now gone down to tend to Hugh. He used his ASMR celestial wings, and he flew down to make sure Hugh was okay. Meanwhile, you guys have Ragda with you, the gladiator from Port Nyanzaru. He's just here to prove himself to you all. And we ended the session... What's that?
He's doing a good job.
Yeah, he's proven himself quite well. So we ended the session with you all arriving on this level here, quite close to the top, and fighting some young terrafolk who formed this small camp here, and they were sitting around talking, and another battle broke out with them. You'd slain them all, and you'd heard some voice coming from deeper in the cavern, and you discovered an Aarakocra, this eagle-headed humanoid, tied to the wall, bound with rope, and with the Terrafolk, not the Terrafolk, sorry, with the Aarakocra, there is also a human male. The Aarakocra is his beak isn't bound, so he's been like speaking to you guys, but no one could understand what he said. These are what the Terrafolk look like, just for you, Daniel. They are pterodactyl humanoid creatures. They're very tall as well. They're about 10 feet tall. So you're actually restrained at the moment. You're tied up with this Aarakocra. Yeah. You don't actually have your gear at the moment, Reinhardt, but it's close by. The party have found it near this campfire. So let's just do a quick character introduction for everyone. Also, Calendar, you weren't here last session, so I presume you'd made your way up with Ragda as well. Ragda had just finished carrying you up the top of this 300-foot tall spire of rock. So you can see a isometric view of Firefinger on this map here, and this is obviously the top-down view. This is the cave. There's a little fire going on over here. It's quite dark inside the actual cave. There's just like sunlight peering through from outside. And let's do character introduction, because you guys are about to meet Reinhardt, our new character. So we'll start off with Orion.
Orion is a shortish, very, very furry human.
Whoa.
Hello.
Troggy, your mic. It's doing things. To me. Thank you.
All right. Orion is a shifter. He's very, very hairy. He's about 5'9", 5'10". He is dressed in furs, and looks very wolfy, and has a bow and a shield and a sword. He's very injured at the moment.
Okay. Petra.
Petra is a human sorceress, blonde hair, blue eyes. Pretty much looks like your typical human. Wears pretty much robes. Can't really think of anything else.
And how's your mic going there, Troggy?
Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, you're coming through clearly now.
So, like I said,
Okay.
I'm out of.
No, you're not. Ah! Okay. Your audio is reverberating. Hello?
Is it?
Yeah, when I'm speaking, it's like I'm screaming in my own ear from your mic. Now I can't hear you.
He said that's because he's on his phone.
Alright, well, I'm just gonna skip your character introduction for now. And are you just waiting for Discord to download on your computer?
Yeah. I have my Discord on my phone and my tablet to be in my hotspot right now, so maybe that'll go.
Okay. Alright, well, do you want to introduce your character?
Sure. Turg is a little Batiri goblin, very small, very green, and he's got mystical nature power.
Okay. And Calendar.
Always a silent rogue.
Yeah, Calendar. Yeah, Silent Rogue. Yeah. Honestly, his appearance isn't really much to write home about. Just a human. Yeah, that's it. Human Rogue. Calendar. there it is. I guess a big point at this point is not a druid, which is a big feature of the party at the moment. Yeah, that's calendar in a nutshell.
All right, very detailed description. And Victor.
So you see a really beaten up man. Looks like he's on the brink of death. He's got a really tatty long jacket now. He's got a flat hat as well, which looks like something's fallen on it. And he's got a picture of a crying god on the back of his jacket.
Okay, and our new character for today, Reinhardt.
Okay, so Reinhardt is a big, tall man. He's standing at 7 feet. He's up there. And he's built like a rock. He's weighing in around 300 pounds. White hair. He's old. Definitely old. He's got scars running through his face and whatever parts of his arms you can see. Just leather armor, green, nature-ish look to him, with green sparkling eyes. But the majority to take home, he's big and he's old, and that's it.
Alrighty, so Reinhardt, you're bound by your wrists, your ankles, and around your neck with a rope that it's attached to this rusty iron loop that's been wedged into the solid stone wall next to you. And you're also bound in similar fashion with this Aarakocra. You have your armor, but your backpack with your possessions and your weapons are not on you at the moment. But Orion, you actually find a backpack containing his gear and also a spear, and just leaning against the wall in this small cave that has the fire in it where the young Terrafolk were.
Anything unique about it?
No, it doesn't look unique at all. It's actually made of wood, completely of wood. It doesn't even have a metal tip. It looks like it's had some use as well. You can see some brown stains on the tip of the spear from dried blood. It's quite light.
Would I see that they're chained up from it?
Yeah, they're both tied up, and the Aarakocra has been trying to say something, but his voice just kind of sounds like a mixture of squawks and like the wind.
I'm going to say I'm not the strongest, my friend, but I'm going to hand the human a crowbar.
Am I gagged?
You're not gagged, no.
I'm going to give you a crowbar. That is, I think you have a better chance of breaking those chains than me.
It's rope, it's not chains.
In that case, I'll pass the dagger.
Okay.
Alright, his wrists are tied together behind his back and tied to his ankle, so he's hog-tied, and then that's tied around his neck, and that's tied to the stone wall. And he puts the dagger in your hands, and Reinhardt, you can barely get a handle on it. I mean, you could attempt to try and cut your ropes. It would be very difficult. You'd need to make a sleight of hand check. The Aarakocra is also trying to free himself and giving you a strange look, and also kind of squawking at you.
Okay.
Can someone help these people out?
I will cut the rope.
You, who are you cutting the rope of first? The human or the Aarakocra?
The human first, and then the Aarakocra.
Okay. So,
Do I know how I got into this situation?
Yep. You were captured by the Terrafolk in the jungle. They knocked you out and they brung you here. You woke up bound and gagged. Well, not gagged, but bound without your weapons on this wall. You've been here for maybe a day or so, and you've just heard these sort of squawky voices off in a nearby cavern talking softly about eating you soon, cooking you on the fire, roasting your limbs. and then you heard a fight break out. And that's when these adventurers have arrived, killing all these young terrorfolk that were planning to eat you. Alright, so you're free, and the ropes just fall down around you. Meanwhile, the Aarakocra is still struggling to try and get free, and then also you have to be next to them to cut the rope, Petra. And you then cut the rope that is bounding the Aarakocra.
Well, thank you. It's been... Oh, these bones are not meant to be in this position. Kind of dredge.
And what brings you out here to the jungle?
I ask myself that every day, but the jungle is my home. And unfortunately, these guys do not belong.
Is this one your friend? And I point to the Aarakocra.
You've never
Yes.
seen him in your life
Oh, okay. No, I don't.
until
I don't know.
until you woke up after being captured by the terrorfolk. The Aarakocra's also trying to say something as well, but unless you speak primordial or can understand like a different language with a spell or something, you won't be able to understand what he's saying.
I can understand Primordial.
Okay, so he's speaking Auran, which is a dialect of primordial, and he says, so his voice kind of sounds like it's broken primordial. There's like a series of squawks intermingled with his words, but then you catch the gist of the primordial. He's saying, "Thank you,
Thank you. Thank you for freeing me from the ropes.
It's okay, that's what I'm here for.
You speak the tongue of the wind.
I do, I'm a travelling monk.
To whom do I owe my thanks for saving me?
Well, it'll matter, obviously, the crying god.
Oh, the crying god has sent you. Many thanks to your crying god, then.
Have you heard anything about the death curse around here?
Death curse. I do not know of such thing. Is there one here?
I'll try to find that out. Does anybody else have anything to ask? And I'll relay the messages.
What brings him to the jungle, I guess? Or how did he get captured?
I'll relay the message.
Ambushed I was. Patrolling. I was patrolling the area. I hail from Ker Sabal. I was sent to scout for undead. But
Can you-
I was surrounded by the terrorfolk in the air. Wings we have, both of us. I tried to fly away, but hit me with spears they did, and pierced my wing. I woke up here. I thought I would be eaten until you came. Now I am safe.
If we gave you a map, could you show us where you're from?
Ah, perhaps I can.
So who's got the map?
I think
Another
Hugh
unit?
did. Hugh, who fell 150 feet, probably has the map.
Oh.
yeah, whoever was scouting would have the map.
We'll get it on the way down.
Down? How will you get down? You do not have the wings.
Yeah, no, I don't know what I'm doing up here.
How did you get up without the wings?
Climbing.
Oh, must be very difficult for you to climb. Perhaps
Yeah, you're-
you can visit me at Ker Sabal.
Okay.
Hey, Victor, ask if they're good at stabbing things.
Can you stab things? And I'll spin a dart around my finger.
I can? My spear was taken from me.
My
So
stuff
someone,
too.
Did you find it?
I think someone did.
I'll whisper to Turig. Hey, Tiri, how do you feel about these guys?
They is good to me.
Well, if Turig thinks you're good, here, I have some weapons and gear and stuff.
Oh, the bag is not mine.
And Reinhardt, you recognize the backpack as yours. It has all your stuff in it, along with your weapon.
Hey, do you mind giving me my stuff back, please?
Quick look at Turig.
Yes.
Alright, give the stuff back.
Thank you.
I'll give the Aarakocra my quarterstaff.
No.
Spear.
I do not want just my spear.
And he points to the spear that Orion's holding.
Pass that over as well.
He takes it.
Now I must go. Come visit us at Kursabal. You can speak to Ashara. She will give you wings. You can perform the dance of the 7 winds.
I will definitely do that if I survive this mountain.
Remember my name, Nephir. Speak my name when you come to Kursabal. They will know. They will know. I will spread word of your heroism.
Nephir. Nephyr.
Are you going to fight more of the pterodactyl folk?
Well, I guess so.
I mean, I don't understand that.
Well, I don't want to kill them, but it seems to be happening that way.
Up there, in the chimney, is where they are. There are 8. I am not sure if they are all there. That is what I learned on my patrol.
It's quite a few. You sure you don't want to get some revenge on the people that imprisoned you?
Revenge? Revenge is not a thing that Aarakocra practice.
Of course. Just making sure.
I must go and convene with Akka. I must report back to Ashara. Return to Kursabal, I must. Speak my name. Now like the wind I shall go.
So as I see him leaving, I just tell Victor to relay for him.
Oh, of course. Yeah, we'll
to
relay
be
the whole
care-
thing.
Yeah, to be careful out there. Yeah, just in case you don't know if they're patrolling or anything.
Need help getting down?
Yes, please.
Now, do you want to go? Carry you I can. Strong I am.
Is anybody else down? No, I can't leave everyone. Actually, I don't know. No, I can't leave everybody. I'll just stay here.
Very well. Remember, Kursabal. It is known by you people.
And then the Aarakocra nods, makes his way through the tunnel, and then leaps off the edge of Firefinger. And he starts spiraling downwards around the tower. And then he disappears beneath the jungle canopy.
Interesting creatures, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
What did they say about getting wings?
So, I understand why I'm here, but why are all you here?
How much time you got?
Well, considering I'd probably die any day now, not much.
You and me both.
Well, the short answer is that one of our friends, a couple of our friends, are affected by a death curse here, and that is over the world, and people can't be brought back to life. So we're trying to track down the creature responsible and stop it.
Okay. I understand this, but what does this tower have to do with that?
We got lost. That's
Well-
really the answer.
Okay, but why did you climb the tower?
To get a view of where we are, because didn't know where we were going, and we bumped into a tower. So.
Super lost.
Seems like you guys need a navigator.
You fell off the
you think
cliff.
that. We have a couple, but they're just not great.
Hugh, hey, you gave up on Hugh, alright? Hugh didn't give up on you. Hugh was the one
somehow
fine.
managed to have us be lost on a river.
Okay.
So, are you into revenge? Do you want to help us kill some terrafolk?
Killing is not something I do out of pleasure or. I find it to be a necessary evil at times.
Yeah.
I give Petra a funny look.
Yeah.
Killing is like a forest fire. It is sometimes necessary to promote growth.
As you're speaking, Reinhardt, you can't help but notice the glistening abs of Ragda that catch your attention. My name is Ragda. I am here to prove myself to these adventurers. They bested me in combat. I can assure you that they are capable, and if you join them with whatever task that they wish to carry out, you will be successful. Except for maybe climbing these ladders. But beside that, I vouch for
Ladders are
them.
one weakness.
Why, young lad, you sure are built, huh?
I have fought in the Colosseums of Port Nyanzaru. I have risen from a lowly peasant to an esteemed warrior that has renown. I have won dozens of battles. I have fought powerful dinosaurs and brung them down with spear and shield.
Killing for sport.
Yes,
We were-
that is my
we were
way.
there. If we wouldn't have ragged it, we'd be dead.
I did not choose this life. I was born into it.
Believe me, Sonny. Whatever.
Right, so are we going up to deal with these things, or did you guys want to ride?
I haven't got any short rest dice left. This is my last one last.
I'm not feeling too great. I'd like a breather if possible.
Whoa, is anyone hungry?
Always.
Oh, I can make a really, really nice berry.
Spirit?
We have a fire already built.
So, as you guys stand here, you notice another chimney in the roof leading up, and Ragda goes directly underneath and looks up. You can actually see a little column of light, a shaft of light beaming down from that area. It illuminates Ragda's helm and abs even more. Little motes of dust are fluttering around him, and you can hear some noise from atop the chimney. Like some whispering voices on the wind. They're up there, Ragda says.
I fear for my purity when Ragda's around.
I'm with you.
I am not scared of these creatures. We have fought them and won. They are on the back heel. I say we get our second win, and then I'll finally prove myself to you all.
Second wind. Sounds good to me.
Can we get the second wind in like an hour or something?
That seems reasonable time. We could rest shortly.
Good idea.
I'll make sure they don't try to ambush us from outside. They know we're here. Now, we only delay the inevitable.
The good news is if they attack us here, we could mop the floor with them. Their big size and speed and flight wouldn't mean for nothing in these small caverns.
They are a hunter race. I'm not sure they would be so easily fooled. They seem to be comfortable in the air, although they are cowardly. They will not come down. You hear me? I am Ragnar! And he just starts yelling out, like, super loud. As he stands near the edge of the platform of stone.
Me and Ryan just leg it into the fireplace.
Yeah.
Alright, so you guys can hang about here and take a short rest.
Oof.
I mean, well, you
Right,
can
right,
hang around.
yeah.
You can hang about as long as you want. It's up to you guys.
Alright. You two are injured?
Very injured, yeah.
Let me see. And he starts focusing on his staff and it starts glowing, and then animal spirits appear all around you.
Hey, look at that sheep.
And what's the change you did to healing spirit?
Twice your spellcasting modifier is the amount of times you can heal with it.
What is my spell casting modifier? 4? 3?
What is your wisdom?
16?
3. So you can heal 6 times with that.
Okay,
On a
so I
short
can
rest,
heal
I'm
them
good.
both.
Give it to
So I
Victor.
can heal
For short resting, I'm okay.
But isn't it 6 different people or all
6
together?
times.
What?
Outside of
For
combat,
everyone?
6 times. 6 times, not like
Oh.
66 basically.
You get 66 of healing to
Cool.
anybody you want.
So I get 6 times 6 then, because I rolled a 6.
It's 6 times, so you have to roll.
Oh, every
Yeah.
single time. Okay, got
So
it.
who was that for? Victor? I'm guessing.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I'll roll another 5d6 then.
Well, do it one at a time, because... Okay, well, Victor,
Oh.
you're full hit points.
Thank you. Ooh. There's a bit of overkill, but yeah, thank you.
Well, I mean, was anyone else injured? I don't think so.
Cool. Thank you. I'm feeling much better.
Thank you. Very useful. So
I'm
what else
gonna,
can you do besides healing? Just so we can strategize before going up there, Reinhardt.
That is a very personal question, Sonny. But I can do many things. I am connected with the land.
Well, that's a problem because we're pretty far above it right now.
The elements, the land, the air, the fire, the winds.
Oh, okay. That's more useful.
I can go pew pew.
As you say wind, Ragda lets out a loud fart. Excuse me.
So, Ragnar first?
I'm not scared. Will you be behind me?
Yes, probably.
I'll hold off then. Waiting for you all to climb up behind me, I guess.
I hand him a rope so he can toss it down so it makes it easier for us.
I need
Let me go second.
my shield arm to defend myself, and my spear as well. I'll tie the rope around my torso. I'll stand there like a stalwart, waiting for you to climb, using the traction of my abs to grip the rope.
Sounds promising.
I've been meaning to ask, where do you get your steroids from?
They're special dinosaur steroids.
I refuse to comment on that question.
T-Rex pack.
Okay, so what's the plan? Ragda climbs up, you guys climb up after him, just burst in there and start attacking.
That's a good point. Do we want like a diversion or something to maybe split them up a little bit? Krabendor, you're good at sneaking around, yeah?
Is anybody turning into a spider
Sure.
or something?
Do you want to try climbing up first then, Crab, and then, I don't know, hide somewhere before we go up?
Guess I could give it a go.
Worst case scenario, they know you're there and then we start fighting.
It is actually still raining outside. It was a rainy day today. So you think the rain will probably help you hide from them if you wanted to try and climb up and see what's there. Poke your head out and try and stay unseen. Radka steps aside. Very well then. Who wishes to go first? Be my guest. And he points to the chimney. You examine the chimney. It's about 50 feet high, and there seems to be plenty of handholds. You could climb fairly easily, just using these handholds and footholds, holds these shelves of rock to climb up, similar to a ladder. And you can make an athletics check, Krabendor.
Ooh, athletics. Alright. That's pretty good.
That's
You're trying to lift yourself up, and you climb up a couple of feet, and then you just try to lift yourself up some more, and you just don't have the strength. You can't even lift your own body weight up there, Krabendor. And you just end up dropping on the ground. Your arms are tired.
You okay there?
What was that? Ragda says. And he flexes.
Hector, please. Not all men can stand up to your image. Isn't the fact I tried good enough for you?
That is not good enough. I will prove myself now. I will go first.
Nope, there's a plan here. Let him go. Let's try. Let him try again.
You can do it. Come on, I'm going to help you this time. I'm
you're,
going to help action on him.
Doesn't matter how you try, Krabendor, you can't get up. You've already proved that you can't make it with your 6.
You guys are gonna have to carry on without me. I can't get up there.
Alright,
What
piggyback
the-
on
Not by
I'll
not
hold
by
the fort
climbing.
here.
What if we dropped a rope down? Could he come up then?
Yeah, that's
It's too late for me.
well, that's the only way we can go.
You
So,
could. You
I just
could-
want to confirm, you guys are trying to see whatever's up there, correct?
Or I'm not going first again.
Well, give me a moment. Starts channeling and gonna one of his wild shapes summon a familiar, and it's gonna be a little tiny spider.
Well, hey, that's useful.
All right. Oh, is that a moon? Are you a moon druid?
Yes.
Is that a moon druid thing?
It's part of the UA feats, not feats, UA
We're not.
class.
Yeah, we're not doing UA. Or any UA has to be subject to approval. So, which that is not.
Okay. Alright, well then never mind.
Wow, that would have been a really cool idea if you could have done that, but
Yeah, I liked it as well.
Well, there's so much UA. I mean, you could pretty much do anything. But yeah, this don't really
There-
want to do like
there's
play
UA
testing.
Class feature variants. Just
Yeah.
once you summon familiar instead of it takes up one of your wild wild charges.
Well, UA clearly says that it has to be approved beforehand, so it wasn't
Okay,
approved.
that's fine. I understand.
all right, Crab. How about you piggyback on Ragged on the way up then?
I'm gonna have to sit on his shoulders. So it's a very tight fit up this chimney.
I could carry you up. If that is what you want. But when we get up there, you plan to hide?
I plan to attack with a distinct advantage.
And how do you mean to do that?
By attacking from their blind spot, where they will not see me.
And how do you plan to be unseen?
Well, given how unintelligent these birds are, I think I could sneak around behind them.
So you want to hide?
I want to remain unseen to attack with a distinct advantage.
That really sounds like hiding.
I don't think you know what hiding actually is.
I don't, because I do not hide, but
But leave this to the professional.
if that is your way,
You do flexi arm things. I do stealthy stuff.
I will respect it. I will hide, only to gain an advantage in combat. Only so the others can proceed after me. So I
It's not
can
glorious
prove
to
my
hide,
might
though, is
to
it?
them. I will not hide for long. I will not be hiding. I'll be moving stealthily to be unseen.
I was like, hiding to me.
Nah, you're getting it. Nah.
Alright,
You're just an idiot.
he
Ragged has got it.
he takes off his shield and he slings it over his shoulder. And then he just extends his arm to you as he puts one of his feet on one of the footholds and one of his other hand on one of the handholds. Come with me then.
Oof, I'm shivering. I take his arm.
And he just climbs up with one arm and both of his feet and just drags you
okay.
up behind him. Alright, so I need a stealth check from you and him.
Surely good roll. Not too bad.
Nice.
Okay.
Oh, it's gone through twice.
Yeah, there's a bit of a lag there. Alright, so you guys get to the top of this shaft. And it's raining. There's water beating down on you all. And you come to the spire's pinnacle. It's about 40 feet square. The edges are all crumbling away. And it doesn't look like it would be safe to stand too close to any of them. There are vines and low brush growing in profusion. And you see some bones and scraps of meat from dozens of creatures scattered everywhere. There are 6 terrafolk just standing around quite close to you all, but they're actually mostly looking over the edge of the spire, looking down. They kind of have their backs turned towards you all. You've only got your heads poked up a little bit from this chimney. And when you look to your right, you see a crumbling stone tower rising about another 30 feet above the northern corner of the platform. And there is this roaring flame floating in the air, seemingly unimpeded by the rain. There are tumbling debris from the tower heaped around its foundation. And these terrafolk with their needle-like beaks and leathery wings are looking out. One of them in the center of them all are just tearing shreds of flesh from this well-chewed bone. It's kind of close to the open doorway in the base of the tower, but you think you could probably make a quick run for it and get into the tower unseen.
I'll point towards the tower and try to make my way stealthily over there.
Okay. You guys quickly run into the tower, no problem. You make your way there safely without being seen. Alright, meanwhile, Turig, Victor, Orion, standing underneath this shaft, you see them both disappear from view. They've scrambled out up to the pinnacle.
I'll come up next.
Make an athletics check.
Well, shit.
That's enough.
Sweet.
You start climbing up, and you too climb to the top of the chimney. You poke your head out, and again you can see these jagged edges. It's there's actually quite a view here as well. It's raining though, so a lot of the dark clouds around the area obscure a lot of the horizon from your vantage point. But you're the full 300 feet up now. It's a 300-foot drop off if you were to fall. There's a lot of brush though, so it's kind of a bit some tracky terrain for you. Anyway, you can see Krabendor and Ragda ushering you from the stone tower, and you can make a stealth check to try and get across Orion to join them.
Oof.
You quickly run across, unseen. Who's
Can I
next?
go next?
Go Victor, make an athletics check.
I'll cast resistance on myself.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
Alright, you climb up, and as you poke your head up, Victor, you need to make a stealth check. You arrive at the pinnacle, poke your head out of the chimney. You see all the terrafolk looking out, and
great.
one of them looks directly at you. And he leaps up. You quickly poke your head back down. Leaps up, and
I'll leave my hat there.
he flies straight over the top of you. Huh? He seems to be going for something else. The rain
He's going for the
has obscured
other bird?
you. He didn't see you.
Is he going for the other bird that flew away?
You don't know. Well, it's been like an hour since he was gone, so that would be highly unlikely unless he'd stuck around. You're not sure what he went for, but you swear that he looked directly at you. Of course, there is quite a heavy rain coming down, a bit of a downpour, and there's a lot of brush surrounding the chimney. So you thought he saw you, but he was looking past you, and he flies overhead, and you can quickly make your way into the tower.
I'm going to go
If
one
you
extra
so
round.
wish. Okay, you can feel the intense heat coming from this big flame that's jutting out directly above you all. It seems to be hovering in the air from some unseen fuel source. And there are actually a heap of bedrolls laid out in this little spire. Alright, who's next?
I guess I'll try.
Alright, Petra, give us an athletics check. It doesn't look very difficult to climb. You'd have to be exceptionally weak not to be able to make it.
I try.
Alright, Petra, you climb to the top, and you also require a stealth check. Alright, as you're poking your head up, a terrafolk swoops by you. And you see he has a large bird. It looks like an eagle or a falcon. He has it in his hands. And he's just like pulling its wings off. And a bit of blood squirts down on you, as well as a few tufts of feather. And then the terrafolk yells, "Ha! Food! I got some food!" And they start just ravaging this falcon, just tearing it to shreds, and you can quickly make your way into the spire while they're doing that.
What about the other ones? They're still down there, are they not? Ha! Perhaps they've left. I don't think so. Huh? Keep your eye on that chimney. Yeah. I'm looking, but I'm hungry. Looking takes energy, and I need some food.
Alright, who's next?
I guess I will go up.
Alright, Reinhardt, give me an athletics check. You easily climb the 50 feet climb up using the handholds and footholds. You poke your head up to the top of the chimney and you need to make a stealth check.
Okay. Guess I'm too big.
Alright, as you poke your head up and they're arguing about keeping a watch on the chimney, one of them points to you, Reinhardt. He spots you immediately, and this 10-foot tall pterodactyl humanoid figure with these beady little yellow eyes squawks at you. His robust wings spread out, and he yells, "They're coming!" And I'm going to roll initiative. But before we do that, I'm going to change the map over. Okay, so, whoops, did not mean to take the terror. Alright, so keep in mind this is a 300-foot drop. Tureg, you're still down 50 feet below. And, yeah, the terrafolk just spot you and he comes over to you. All of these terrafolk have 20-foot wingspans. And they carry javelins in their hands, which they pick up. And let's just roll initiative.
Are we hidden from them?
At the moment, you are. They don't know that you're there. But if you step out into the open, that will change. Alright, Ryan, you guys clearly hear it call out that he's seen someone. So it must be either Reinhardt or Tureg.
Can I choose to take my turn after Carbondor, or do I have to
Yeah, you
hold my
can.
action?
You can just choose because you guys have the exact same initiative.
I'll let him go first then.
Okay. Carbondor. You're up.
Alright. Guess I'll stab him with a stick.
Alright. I'll allow you to remain hidden. Because you're only just coming out of the doorway. It's raining. And the terrafolks are focused their attention over in this direction. The last thing they expected was someone to come out of this spire. So you actually have advantage.
Alright.
Alright, you just jump out of the spire and stab the rapier straight into the terrafolk's torso. It stands back, bright red blood flicks up into the air, and it gets washed down its body with the rain as it lets out a loud squawk. Ah! And then they turn their attention towards you, and one of them points at you.
In the spire, there's another one!
And movement, bonus
Then
action.
I'll go back in.
You're swashbuckler, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
swashbuckler.
Okay. No opportunity attack. Orion.
As a bonus action, I'll rage.
Okay.
And this time, instead of my jaws, I'll grow claws on my hands, and then pounce out at the
Okay. Because
this one.
they are aware that there's people in the spire now, you won't be able to do that hidden.
All right.
So you break your stealth when you come out.
So with my claws, I get another attack, which is cool. And I will take reckless
Okay.
as well.
Alright, you slash into the Terrafolk. Do you have rage damage? Is that
sorry.
slashing damage?
It is slashing,
Okay. Let us
and another 2 for
put
rage.
in that slashing. Not that it's usually relevant, but sometimes it is. And your bite would be piercing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So 6 damage. Alright, you jump on the Terrafolk and just slash it straight across its neck. It grabs its neck, it's bleeding profusely, blood is spurting out of its beak, and it's just still standing, but barely.
And then the other hand.
Is that an extra attack or a bonus action to do that?
It's just an extra attack. I'll put it in chat for you.
Okay. Alright,
Rage.
you just grab onto the Terrafolk's neck, dig the claws deep into its neck, and just rip its entire esophagus out of its neck. And it just splats onto the ground.
Come on, then.
He
Who's
just pulled his
next?
thyroids out.
Yeah, you now have a thyroid in your hand.
Are they flying at the moment?
No, they're all huddled together standing atop the pinnacle. Alright, Toreg.
Okay, so if I decide to become a giant spider, would squeezing through, would my movement be half?
It
Or-
would, because it's only a 5-foot wide space.
Okay, then I will take the form of a large wolf spider and move 60 feet
Okay.
up, which would put me just outside because passing through would be difficult terrain.
Yeah, you'd just be right directly below Reinhardt with that. Alright, you
Okay, then I'll
bonus action wild shape, turn into a giant wolf spider and quickly skittle your way up, moving, yeah, pretty much as far as you can get underneath Reinhardt. Like, so you're in the square directly underneath him. Okay. Alright, the Terrafolk leaps up into the air, and this one is huge. He looks a bit older and a bit stronger than the others. He's definitely the alpha. He takes up to the air, leaping, using his enormous wings to gain speed and height quite quickly, and he's 20 feet in the air now.
We've been waiting for you. Nrak will turn you into meat.
He says in a third-person perspective, and then he dives down at you, Orion. And he tries to hit you with his javelin. He misses the javelin attack. And as he's doing that, he spins the javelin around and he slashes again. He misses. And then, so he sort of dived down, landed, attacked you a couple of times. Then he just springs backwards, provoking, and he flies up 20 feet and hovering over the top of the spire. You are swinging him. Sorry, one sec. I had to reload my page because Roll20 always messes up. That hits with 13, and you just catch him. A bit of a scratch on his side. Victor. As you step out into the doorway, you'll be no longer hidden.
Okay. So if I step another step or now?
Now, there's this guy's looking right at you.
Then I'll throw a dart at him.
That hits. You angle the dart precisely around the corner of the doorway. No divine favor. And the dart hits him straight in his neck. And he's grabbing at his neck and choking.
And I'll come back over here with the other ones. I want to be a high-pine Ragnar.
Okay. Radgar just runs out. Ha! He's strapped his shield back to his arm at this stage. He does a bit of a spot and jump in the air and stabs, just like that classic gladiator jump stab move. And he opens up, stabbing the Terrafolk straight in the leg. It grabs its leg and its eyes widen. Ah! And then he swings his shield around and hits the Terrafolk as hard as he can with his shield directly onto the Terrafolk's leg. And the Terrafolk needs to make a strength saving throw. And Ragnar breaks its leg. A big shaft of bone splits out the side of the Terrafolk's leg. And then the Terrafolk just falls to the ground in agony, prone. And then he jumps up and does another spear. Stabs into the Terrafolk, narrowly missing its gland. What's that gland called?
Thyroid.
Narrowly missing the Terrafolk's thyroid. In response to that, the Terrafolk scrambles back to its feet. It roars out. It grabs its javelin and it tries to hit Ragnar. Ragnar just blocks the javelin directly with his shield. Rah! It swings again, and the javelin blade slices Ragnar. Just a thin stream of blood drips down Ragnar's arm. The Terrafolk then leaps backwards, attempting to gain some air. And Ragnar just impales it through the neck. So it kind of leaps off the spire and then falls directly down, its wings going limp. A line of blood follows it, and it just disappears into the jungle canopy. Petra.
So right there, I still count as hidden.
From there, yeah, you can be hidden. You can't see this one though, because it's 20 feet up. This doorway is like 5 feet tall.
Okay, so I'll move there, and I'm going to aim at this one.
Alright, this one does see you. You're no longer hidden. This is like direct line of sight to you. That is a hit. Alright, you run up against the wall, point your hand forward. Poof, the Eldritch Blast just clips the Terrafolk's wing.
And I will run pretty much back in.
This Terrafolk is going to leap up into the air and dive down at Ragnar, doing a dive attack. It swings with its javelin and it hits him. And you see Ragnar visibly turn his head away in fear. Ugh! he becomes frightened by the terrorfolk. And the terrorfolk stabs again with his javelin. Another hit. Radger's kind of busy cowering, and he's too busy attacking the other terrorfolk with the opportunity attack. So the terrorfolk's able to leap up, and I'll leap back up over here, trying to avoid the entrance of that spire. 20 feet in the air. Reinhardt.
He's gonna look down and see the spider under him. He's like, "That's a neat trick. I can do it too." And then he's going to turn into a giant spider. 2 giant.
Okay. Alright, you turn to a
That's okay.
giant spider. Alright, that's a bonus action.
Okay, and he is going to move forward a bit. So, and
Alright,
he's
at the
gonna
moment
shoot
you're
a-
squeezing. Because you're in Orion's square.
Can I like climb on? Can I like sideways crawl?
You take up 4 squares, you're large.
So I mean, can I like sideways crawl here?
Yeah, you can crawl any way you want. Just
Alright,
if you're in
then-
someone else's square, you will be squeezing.
Is it squeezing at the
Well,
moment?
you're not in someone else's square.
Okay.
Orion's here, Turig's here. That's an empty space.
And he's gonna aim his butt at this thing. And he will shoot a web at it.
That's a direct hit. You shoot the web forward and it hits the terrorfolk. The web wraps around him. His speed becomes 0. That means he falls.
Is he out over the edge?
Yeah. And he crashes down to the jungle canopy.
Nice.
Have a nice fall.
Alright,
He-
nobody fall off.
Attempts to free himself, but the web, it wrapped around his wings and then it encased his wings close to his torso so he couldn't fly. And he just disappears. You hear him crash several hundred feet below you into the jungle canopy and then inevitably onto the ground.
And then he will right here. Is there an end turn thing, or is it not like the other one?
There is end turn button.
Oh, I don't see it because I'm a bug. Or end of EOT. Gotcha.
Yeah. Alright, this terrorfolk looks down and sees that. Rack! And it's going to attempt to grapple you, Reinhardt. Make an athletics or an acrobatics check.
Okay. I don't. Do I use my own proficiency?
Are you proficient in athletics or acrobatics as Reinhardt?
I am.
Then you add your proficiency bonus onto it, but you use the spider's ability scores.
Okay.
So you add
Is
a
it-
+2.
did it-
Strength or dexterity, your choice. And then add another +2 onto it.
Okay. Then I'll do strength because it technically gives me 1 more. Because I'm only
7.
7.
Alright, it grapples you. And it is going to fly up 25 feet with you.
Oh, yeah.
And it's going to let go of you.
Oof.
And you fall 500 feet.
Rip.
Well,
Is there?
It does not.
Can I try to grab onto the wall?
You're like 15 feet away from it. The terrorfolk does not hesitate to grab you and just throw you off the top. And you hit terminal velocity. And
Short-lived stay.
it's 75 points of bludgeoning damage.
Which would kill me
Alright.
as a human as well.
That instantly kills you, Reinhardt. Alright, so what I'll do is...
Big ol'.
Well, guys, it's been a
Wait,
fun day.
Does it
Have
straight
a-
kill you? Like below
Yeah.
negative? Okay.
I'll let you rise as a revenant, for now. But,
It's been an hour.
Well,
1 hour.
Well, have a nice day, guys. It's,
how much health did you have?
I have 50 health at best. 25 plus 26 plus 25.
Okay, so
Wait, is your
it wouldn't like the total damage dealt wouldn't have dropped you below because
Well, no, because it would have gone over my max health twice.
what? So your how much is the spider?
26,
And then how much is yours?
You were...
25.
The
That
total
puts you at
needed to kill you was
24.
74. And you took 75
he
points
did.
of damage.
Well, shit.
Rip.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you for the healing.
It's been a nice day, guys. Have fun.
Maybe I should have said it was a bit more dangerous. When
Alright, you can
I
still...
almost died last week.
You can still play as a revenant, so for now, and then at the end of the session, your character will die. Like he'll crumble to dust. So just you're actually 500 feet down. Don't worry, you might not be alone. So for now, just at the moment, your character's dead, and then when it comes back to your turn, I will explain to you what happens to your character. Terrafolk was quite angry at seeing you kill Narak like that. So
You do get to go on to the loading screen, though, under the...
you meet
under
the
the
same
desk.
fate. Alright, this Terrafolk runs forward and he attempts to grab Ragda in the same fashion. And he grapples Ragda.
Rip.
Grabs onto him. And he's got enough movement to fly over here. And he just grabs him by the arm, leaps up into the air, and just flings him straight down to the 500-foot drop below. Of course, Ragnar will survive.
Yes, Ragnar.
You're just gonna climb straight back up again.
It would just climb on the outside of the spire. You won't even use the ladders.
Wait, did he really survive?
He did.
He's-
He come crashing. Well, yeah. You guys don't know that anyway. You literally just see the Terrafolk fling him down,
He'd shut the
and
hole.
he disappears off. You presume that he'd probably die unless the canopy broke his fall.
I am not going out there.
Kalendor.
Alright, I'm not going to go outside, so I'm going to rest my rapier against the wall and pull out my short bow.
I mean, okay.
That is a hit. You clip the Terrafolk with the arrow. A bit of blood trickles out from its wing, and it turns towards you. It's looking very badly hurt. And it points to you. In there! They're in there!
He doesn't know where I am.
Orion.
Get in here, Ryan.
There are 3 left. One of them is very badly injured.
Sorry, I muted myself. Important question. Can I use a bow with claws?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll pull out a bow and shoot this one.
You quickly knock an arrow, aim, loose, and the arrow narrowly misses the Terrafolk, whizzing on by it.
There's claws.
Yeah, the claws kind of impeded you a bit there, Ryan.
Then I will run in here because I saw a bunch of people get chucked off.
Turig.
Turig will come out of the hole and run inside, ready in action, to bite whatever comes close.
Okay. Victor.
Well, I'm gonna go over here.
Turg, do you bite him?
No, not. I continue to reserve my action.
Okay. All right, Victor, you poke your head out from the spire and you don't see anyone out there.
Not these two.
Well, you see the Terrafolk, but I'm talking about like you don't see Ragnar, you don't see Reinhardt. They are nowhere to be seen. And
I think I heard the screams.
yeah, you probably heard them yell as they fell. Ah!
So I say, everyone stay behind me. I'll protect you. And I'm gonna throw a dart at the one nearest, I guess.
Okay, you will be at disadvantage.
That doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. The dart.
I got sharpshooter, so it wouldn't be. Or maybe.
Oh, no, that's right. You got 60. Alright, well, it misses, and that dart is forever lost.
Then I'll use a key point, and I'll do patient defense,
Okay.
and I'm done.
You just blocked me, though.
No, yeah, I'm gonna move. Yeah, I'm gonna move. Sorry, I'll move here. Press the done button.
It's just lagging a little bit. Petra.
That's done. I see two of them, right?
Yep.
I'm going to Scorching Ray. Two at the one that looks uninjured, and then one at the one that looks injured.
Right. You can like choose to break up your attacks. You don't have to declare them all before shooting if you don't want to.
Yeah,
First
that
beam
completely missed.
is a miss. Second beam is a hit.
So he got hit with one.
This beam of fire slams into the Terrafolk's torso, and its massive wings start fluttering about with smoke trailing off of it. And that is a hit. You snipe this one out of the air. The beam of fire just cuts across the Terrafolk's neck, and it burns away the majority of his wing. He attempts to fly, but he's not airborne anymore. He spirals downward out of control with a trail of smoke preceding him and disappears beyond view of the spire.
Nice one.
I move out of the way after that.
Alright, this Terrafolk just lands, slamming down onto the pinnacle, and he squeezes on in. And Turek, you can opportunity attack him at advantage. He tries to squeeze in and just like claw, stab at people with his javelin. That hits.
Make a DC 11 saving throw. Aww.
You resist the poison damage. You just, with your furry mandibles, lash onto him. He has a small welt appear on his flesh. And he was looking like he was going to go for Orion. But after you bite him, he turns around and he tries to hit you with his javelin. He's all squashed in. Now, he's 10 feet tall. It's a very narrow little doorway. He can barely fit his head and neck through, and his wings are still outside and half his body's still outside. He's at disadvantage. He tries to stab you, Tureg, and he misses. And he tries to stab you again, and he misses. And then he ends his turn. He's actually squeezed at the moment, so he's squeezed into this space. He's at the doorway. Alright, Reinhardt, you have fallen from the top.
Could I turn into a bear mid-fall?
When you fall 500 feet instantly.
Instantly?
Yeah.
Boom, then.
Yeah, you fall 500 feet straight away, and then you'd fall another 500 feet if you had more than that. So you fall. You land through the jungle canopy, and you hit the ground quite hard. And for whatever reason, you don't die. You see, I don't really know your character's story, but you will actually, I might say that you're going to rise as a ghost. Your soul is actually, ghosts are kind of bound to a location. Now you'll be a revenant. Okay, so you rise up as a revenant, which is an undead creature full of hatred that simply wants to get revenge on those who have wronged it. Now, I'll give you the revenant stat block, but not right now. For now, you open your eyes. You're actually undead. And you still have your class features and abilities and whatnot, but your hit points are 136.
So I'm sturdier than when I...
But for now, just keep your stat block, but I will give you the revenant stat block after this fight. You're actually 500 feet down, though. You're at the very base of the spire. You see Ragnar next to you as well, and surprisingly, he is conscious. He's hit the ground hard. It looks like the jungle canopy has broken a bit of his fall, but he's very badly injured, and he's kind of just murmuring. Ugh. He hasn't even got up yet.
Okay, I mean, do I have my memories? What? Pure hatred?
You have your soul. So revenants are formed from the soul of a mortal who met a cruel or undeserving fate. You claw your way back in the world to seek revenge against the one who wronged you. You reclaim your mortal body, and you superficially resemble a zombie. However, instead of lifeless eyes, your eyes burn with resolve and flare in the presence of your adversary. So you still have your soul. The body is more of just a vessel for you at this stage. And you're just bent on exacting revenge. You can see the terrafolk vaguely through the jungle canopy, one of them, but he's 500 feet away. I'm not sure if there's much you could do at this distance.
Can I still turn into animals?
Yeah. For now you can.
Back into a spider we go. Start climbing.
Okay. You wild shape back into a giant spider, and the spider's limbs and flesh kind of resemble undead. You're like a zombie spider. But your many eyes are all sort of glowing. And you can start climbing up the side of Firefinger. You get up 60 feet if you dash. It is 500 feet though, so it's going to be a while.
Climb, climb, climb. Can't climb no more.
Okay. That's action, bonus action, and movement. So we'll go on to the next turn. The terrafolk that had flung you just looks down, and it just sees like the jungle canopy about 400 feet below it. Ha! And then it swoops down for the spire. It lands on the ground here, and it sees the other terrafolk squeezing in there, and attempts to stab at Turig with its javelin.
I don't like you.
It hits for 9 piercing damage. And as it does this, as it dives down at you, you become frightened, Turig. And it tries to stab you again. And you have cover from that attack. The terrafolk just scrapes the javelin across the wall of the spire, missing you. Calendar.
Gonna shoot it again.
This one?
The one in the doorway.
Okay, you have advantage because he's all squeezed in there. And that is a direct hit. You sink an arrow into his torso, he starts screeching, blood is dripping down everywhere. Orion.
Put the bow away and get out my claws.
You just grab onto the Terrafolk, you assess his neck, you locate his nymph load, or whatever it is, and you just... thyroid, you just pierce your claw straight into the Terrafolk's neck, and just rip its entire neck out, including its spine. And the Terrafolk just slumps onto the ground, becoming a platform that you can walk over.
I would love to do that, and with my second attack, hit the big one.
His gigantic wings are just spread out. You do need to move up a little bit closer. You jump at that Terrafolk, you slash, and he is looking pretty hurt. Toreg. So you're frightened, so you're disadvantaged if you want to attack.
Yeah. I will take an attack at him. Oh, wrong character sheet.
That's a miss. You're trying to not look at the Terrafolk and you're weaning away.
It's very hard to bite something whenever you're trying not to look at it, so... yeah, that's it. You know what? I'm gonna burn a spell slot and recover some hit point.
Okay. You do a bit of combat wild shape, and one of the scratches from the javelin just start to heal over. You're also no longer frightened at the end of your turn. Victor.
Can I attack this one from here?
Yeah, he's got half cover from the door frame.
So I'd have half cover from him as well?
You do.
I'll move away then.
He will try to attack you with the javelin. Miss.
And I throw a dart at him from here.
Do you need me to drop prone so you don't have disadvantage or cover or anything?
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
He ignores cover.
Gotcha.
And as it leans in for that javelin attack on you, Victor, you skirt out of the way, you do a bit of a tumble and a roll, you spring up, direct hit with a death dart. It sticks into the Terrafolk's eye socket, and the Terrafolk just starts to look around.
I think I got something in my eye.
And then he just falls forward, his head smashing down at Orion's feet.
Nice.
I think you got it.
Do you know, I wanted to try and do it non-lethal, but...
Yeah.
I want to check if there are any more out there.
Straight in the eye socket's kind of lethal.
Yeah, but I mean, there's no other choice.
Can I take a look around over the...
Whatever helps you sleep at night, Victor.
Can I take a quick look around the treetops to see if there's any more flying creatures around?
Make a perception check. You notice there are 3 in the distance. 3 Terrafolk. They're several hundred feet away. They could even be about a mile away. You're not sure if they're coming towards you, going away from you, or just idling there. But they look like Terrafolk. They're like the size of... pretty much look like just giant birds from this distance.
I'll point them out.
They're coming towards us, you said?
Not sure.
I don't know. I can't tell from this distance. We should be ready though.
Well, they look. This is in perspective of what they look like.
So we should probably have a long rest and somebody keep an eye on him. If I do get closer,
Do we want to rest here?
it's just the perfect place for a rest.
I mean, that's fair. Let's check if there's anything else, like, here. Let's check out this flame that's about... Actually, we have a whole other party downstairs.
No word for Ragda.
I will say a prayer for both everyone that fell off.
Alright, surprisingly, a short while later, the giant spider crawls back over to the top of the pinnacle.
Ah, holy shit! Kill it! Kill it with fire!
This could be bad, so I'm going to get behind you, lot.
Kill the undead spider.
He looks around for the flying things. He doesn't see it.
The only ones you can see is a few off about a mile to the west. And what you also see is a magnificent view of the surrounding area.
Being a monk and a little bit of cleric, would I know this undead creature?
You think there is definitely something wrong. That Reinhard is alive, but actually make a religion check. Because maybe, I mean, did anyone actually see him fall?
I did not.
I was outside at the time. I
Alright.
was fighting.
Ryan, you saw him fall, but maybe he clung onto the side of the pinnacle or something. Maybe the wind caught him or something happened that prevented him from dying or falling the full height. You guys also get 171 XP. Oh no, wait, I did not include the bonus.
I like a bonus.
188. I'll post that.
Kado, you're so sneaky.
So, yeah, Victor, taking a look at him, he does kind of look a little bit decayed and undead. You think there is something wrong? You've heard of creatures, rising from the dead. But you thought that with this death curse, that was impossible. But maybe it doesn't apply to undead. So the only really logical explanation you have is he's some form of revenant who met a cruel and undeserving fate.
Are you okay there, friend? I guess not.
I come over.
Oh,
to
I was
Spider.
asking. I was asking. My bad. I was saying I don't really know how it feels at the moment. What to do at the mission.
Your anger towards the Terrafolk is somewhat quelled, seeing them all dead. But there is still this force driving you because you still exist. So perhaps there is some other closure that you need. Perhaps you'll find it with these adventurers. You feel unnatural. You feel like you haven't got your true justice. There's something keeping you alive still in this undead state.
Even Tyrik's a small spider.
You're also a spider as well, so you can't respond to what Victor said.
I want to search in here to see if there's anything.
Well, hold up. Victor, should we be killing this thing? It is an undead spider.
Do we recognize it as our friend?
Well, you saw him, like, it literally looks just like he was in his spider form just a short while ago.
Okay.
Well, unless he's
Just a bit
attacking us.
more dead.
I would be on guard, but I'll point towards the terror folk in the distance and see what his reaction is.
Do I feel angry at that?
You do.
He comes over here and starts like pointlessly shooting webs in their direction.
That seems fairly clear.
Then I think it's okay to sleep here and be a watchman.
Yeah,
Turd
I'm
seems okay with
searching.
him.
I'm
Alright.
searching inside this room to see if there's any.
Okay, while they're talking outside, Petra, you find a heap of these crude nests scattered about, and 4 moldy wooden chests. They're stacked up in a pile, and some of the wood looks kind of crumbly and wet. They don't sport locks either.
I will call Orion and Caleb. Cannot pronounce his name. Caldor over, and the others. I found something.
What'd you find?
Found these chests.
We
Let's
have
crack
somebody for
them
that.
Are they
I'll
trapped?
keep watch outside.
Hey, is anybody gonna go check on the reactor, by the way?
How can we?
By
Turing,
walking down?
Turing,
That might be
waves-
quite dangerous.
Turing waves his little arms in the same symbol that is in the chat, and just starts crawling down.
Alright, you crawl down. It's gonna take you a minute or so to get down there, Turek. So you start heading down. You can't see the other party members below because of the canopy obscuring them. So meanwhile, these chests, I mean, they're like kind of 4 chests. They're reasonable size. They look like they can hold a couple of 100 pounds of coins or something. They're just in the corner, and they're kind of stacked atop each other. So there's like 2 chests on the ground, and then another 2 angled up, kind of leaning against the wall. The wood looks kind of swollen with moisture, and they're kind of sinking down on each other, and could be trapped. You could make a perception check to see.
I would like to check it for traps.
I do 21.
Alright, you take a very close look to see if there's some sort of mechanism rigged to these chests that would go off when maybe one of the chests are open, but as far as you can tell, they're all clear. They don't even have
Clean to
locks.
me.
It actually looks like they had locks, and the locks have just been like taken off of them. Like the wood is so moldering that it looks like you could just grab the lock and it would just come apart.
Okay, so I'm gonna get the 2 that are leaned up against on top of the other ones and set them aside, so that way we can open.
Alright. Oh, the one that you take, Petra, it's like too heavy for you to carry. It's like 100 pounds at least.
I'll help Petra.
All right.
I also I'll cast resilience on Galandor.
Okay. Alright, so together with your combined strength, you're able to lift this first chest off. And you can hear the sound of like coins shifting around inside. So you lay the chests out and you open them all up. They mostly contain coins and some gemstones. There's also a spell scroll tucked into the coins. And one of the chests has this round something. It's like a flat round disc or something like that. It's cloth wrapped. So who wants to open the cloth, the parcel?
I'll go ahead and open it.
Okay, as you take this cloth, the cloth is kind of damp and a little bit moldy as well. You open it up, and inside there is a wooden mask shaped in the likeness of a beast's visage. It looks like a tiger's face. It's been painted. with gold and maroon colours, some red tones, and has a leather strap attached to the back of it. Despite the way the location you found it, it seems to be in remarkable condition, and you believe that that's because it's magical.
Interesting. I know a little goblin that will probably be happy with this once we identify it.
And there's thousands of coins in here as well. So, alright, while that's happening, Turig, you've arrived at the bottom of the spire, and Ragda is sitting there. He's slumped over, his legs are spread out, and he doesn't have his spear in his hand. His head is sunken. He looks truly defeated. He looks up at you as you skittle down the spire.
I present my arms in very same symbol of chat again.
What do you want? He says. Leave me.
I crawl towards him.
I said leave me. I am disgraced.
I do the little dance for him.
Alright, make a persuasion check as a spider.
What is persuasion? Persuasion is charisma.
Charisma. Yeah, charisma persuasion check.
So my charisma would be off of my goblin, which still isn't great.
You use the charisma of a spider. Are you proficient in persuasion? Oh no, that's right. That's right. Your social skills you use the same as a druid.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can do it from Turig's.
It's still terrible.
That was a perception, but I presume it's
Oh, persuasion. Oh, that's a -1, so that's a 3.
probably similar. Okay. Alright, a 3. He gets a bit aggressive towards you now. I said leave me! I have failed to prove myself. I am disgraced. I am not worthy. Leave!
Okay.
Tell the others I will return to Port Ninezaru.
At this point, I will turn back into a goblin, and I will cast Cure Wounds with my final spell slot at a 2nd level on him.
Alright, when you go out to touch him, he stands up and attacks you. I told you to leave! He grabs his spear, and he goes to attack you, Turig, before you've cast a spell on him.
Do I have to make a spell attack in order to try to heal him?
Maybe. If that's what you want to do. Yeah, it would be a touch attack. Okay.
I'm just gonna use Ice Knife to make the attack. I'm not actually casting Ice Knife at him.
You make the first person in D&D history that's refused a healing spell. Alright, so yeah, you do a melee. It would be a melee spell attack, so...
Yeah, but the bonus is still the same.
It's the same, yeah. Okay. You hit him. Alright, you slap him for 12 healing.
And I say that you are needed. Me is needing of you. And that's it. That's my turn.
Okay. You just don't get it, do you? And he attempts to smack you with his shield. Make a strength saving throw. Alright, he hits you square in your gut with his shield. You take 8 bludgeoning damage, but you're not knocked prone.
I stand my ground and I say, no, you don't get it. You are needed.
Why do you persist, little Patiri?
You help me, you is tribe.
Tribe. I am disgraced. When they needed my help the most, I showed weakness and only weakness.
We all have weakness. But together we is strong. You are needed.
He lowers his weapon.
We will see. Very well.
Let
We
us
come all the way
go
down
up.
to check on you.
I don't need your help to get up.
Maybe me need you help?
Jump on my back.
I ride him up.
Ah!
And he just starts climbing up the side of Firefinger using his bare hands. With you on his back. Okay, so meanwhile, Reinhardt, Orion, Calendar, what are you guys doing? Victor and Petra counting the coins and the treasure.
Reinhardt's still shooting webs.
I'll start making dinner.
I'll keep watch. I'll keep my eyes on the those distant terrafolk.
Okay, they
I'll keep watch as well.
make a. Both of you make perception checks. They're kind of becoming a bit blended in with the horizon for you, Orion. And Calendar, you actually see that they're moving away. They seem to be out on like a patrol or something.
I will let everybody know.
They're like, I mean, they were this big before, and I'll see if I can make them smaller.
I'm just coming out to have a look how far away they are. Oh yeah, they're going away.
I can't even select them now. Okay. Yeah, they're gone. They disappear behind the horizon. Alright.
Making angry spider gesture.
Alright,
Has
as
anybody seen,
So,
sorry, has anybody seen Wolverine Origins, where he like climbs a wall by like sticking his claws like into the wall like super angrily?
Yeah, I've
No.
seen that.
Yeah,
No,
I'm
I've seen
wondering Ragnar doing, just like punching the wall to get up.
I got a better question. Did perception always roll like that?
I think they've changed the formulas.
Huh?
On the character
very-
sheets.
Yeah, it's been really weird this week, but I'd like lows of the same number come up.
I think they've
Anyone
changed the
else?
way that they formulate the ability scores.
Well, it's only for perception they've changed it.
Is it? That's probably something to do with, I don't know. Probably have to look on the forums. Yeah. Just be happy with your crit there, Calendar. Just take
best we
it.
got.
Embrace it. All right. Okay. So as you're shooting those webs, Reinhardt, you hear a voice of reason call out to you.
It's Ragda. You're wasting your time. Your web only has a distance of 60 feet. And that disappeared on the horizon. Just let it go.
And he places one of his hands on your undead legs, Reinhardt.
He makes angry spider gestures and continues to shoot. Stops. And slams the ground.
I saw you die. You hit the ground hard. You don't have the core strength to survive that fall. Like I do. What happened to you? Speak with us. Do not shroud your emotion behind that web.
Spider shrug. And I guess he'll turn back to whatever the hell he's.
Alright. You can I think you can just stay as like your druid character for now with your druid stat block. I don't think I'll do the revenant thing until you guys are higher level, but that's what will happen in future. So use your same stat block for now, but your type is no longer humanoid, it's now undead. The differences are only visible upon close scrutiny of you that you're actually undead. There's just I don't know, all your ribs are all broken up or something.
So I no longer have the 100 and something hit points?
Yeah. Yeah, forget about that would be for the Revenant stat block, but I think it'd be best if you just still keep your character sheet, because I don't want you to have to just play a Revenant today. So
get like the anger sense?
Yeah, you still got this burning hatred dwelling inside you for something that just is going to compel you. You're not sure what it is. Maybe it's revenge on the Terrafolk. Maybe it's something else. But it's driving you to continue and press on in your undead life.
Do I lose my human feet?
No.
Unhuman feet.
You get bonus damage against any more Terrafolk though. Any attack you do deals an extra 46 damage on Terrafolk.
For a second, I thought you said 46 damage. I was like, okay. Just fuck you, Terrafolk.
Okay, so
are my legs jagged?
Yeah, your body's still like somewhat intact. Although, yeah, they probably look like they're shattered. They don't feel like it.
I might have to cast a mending spell on my feet.
This is a rough time getting up here.
Alright, so meanwhile, you guys have counted the coins. 2,000 copper pieces. 730 silver. 4 gemstones worth 50 GP each. The gemstones are...
I'm putting it in the party list.
Alright, so that is 100 pounds worth of coins though, so I'm not sure if you can carry that.
I will carry the gemstones.
Yeah,
How much can Ragda carry?
So that the party loot is literally just like a backpack that Petra's got on her shoulders.
Yeah, once it gets too heavy for me, I'll pass it on to the next strongest person.
Yeah. So 50 coins weighs 1 pound. So, sorry, that's 40 pounds. 40 pounds for the copper.
At least I can buy a bow.
So you're adding all that, so
Yep.
you can keep up with that much weight, Petra.
Yeah, I'm gonna most likely have to pass it to somebody because
I'll carry those copper pieces, load them into my back, Ragda says.
See? We need you.
Alright, he takes the 2,000 copper. Ha! I'm not your pack mule. I'm taking this copper, and I'm heading back to Port 9 Zaru.
Sorry?
I proved myself to you all. You saw me. I climbed Firefinger with my bare hands. I'm the king of the world. He
I'm gonna
calls
light
out.
his finger.
So does that mean you fell down, Firefinger?
I have survived a 500 feet fall, and I have climbed it.
I have ventured deep into the recesses of Jolt, and I prove myself.
Can you find your way back?
I can see
Are you
Port
gonna die?
Nyanzaru from here. And the rain has cleared. And you sure can. You can see
Wow.
for hundreds of miles up here. Several hundred feet up, and you're above the canopy of the jungle.
I mean, should we go back with him?
Well, I mean,
I could
clearly
probably
we
jump
see-
from here, he says.
Reinhardt's feeling kind of sparty.
Alright, so, alright. The sky's not that clear because it was raining. So, I'll tell you what you guys can see at the moment. You can make out vague things. You could try tomorrow morning to see if the weather's better. You can imagine if it's clear, you could make out... Well, you can't see, like, details, but you could make out, like, scattered plateaus, you know, where there is no jungle canopy, basically. And some of the mountainous terrain far in the distance.
Turk, do you know what the weather for tomorrow is?
Raoul cast Druidcraft.
Alright, the weather is going to be sunny. With some rain showers, but it's going to be clear enough. So you're going to have a better view in the morning. Alright,
Do we have a level up as well if we have a long rest?
you do.
It's gonna be sunny with a chance of meatballs.
So, alright. You can see Port Nyanzaru from here fairly easily. You can, like, vaguely make it out, you know, its location on this. In the bay.
Do I have to eat now?
No, you don't need to eat or drink.
What about drink? Nothing?
No, you don't need any food or water, and you don't have to breathe either.
Can we see this?
Alright, what you guys can see is 20 miles immediately in every direction with good detail. So 2 hexes outwards from Firefinger in every direction. So all that area is clear.
Hackenstone alive?
Oh, what happened to the drawings on the map of the journey that you guys are doing? If we got rid of it.
No clue.
I don't know how to get rid of that.
We got to keep track of the way you guys have gone. I think you guys went something like that. I might have accidentally got rid of it. Alright, we'll keep track of your journey on this map. Okay, so you can make out some vague descriptions. It's not that clear. When you look over in this direction, Mesro, you don't see anything. Maybe a little bit of a clearing, but that's pretty much it. That's supposed to be a ruin, though. Black squares are ruins. What you do notice is when you're checking out the map, presume you get access to this at some stage, not necessarily now. You will notice that there is Cursor Ball on the map here. But what you can see is these peak of flame volcanoes in this kind of foggy horizon to the south. And other than that, you're going to need to wait till the weather's clearer to make up other good things. You can see a little bit of some sort of plateau here. So there's like, no canopy, no forest canopy. It's like a basin of some sort over here. And there is a lake. It looks like a lake over here. I'll just reveal like 1 or 2 hexes at the moment until the weather's clearer. And also a valley quite near the lake.
What about that bird man? Do we know roughly where he went? Which direction?
He said Cursor Ball.
So we always know where that is then.
Well, Cursor Ball is actually well known in Port Nyanzaru. I think you guys may have even got a rumor about that.
That's in completely wrong direction.
It is. But he did say that you'll have the ability to fly. I'll give you the ability to fly. Through some ritual, they'll give you wings.
So if I do a ritual,
The Red Bull ritual.
Yeah. Okay. This spell scroll, it is high level. It's some high level druid spell. And Turig and Reinhardt, you guys can both make wisdom checks to try and see what it is. You can see the druidic text and runes
embedded within the parchment. The parchment's actually made of some sort of leaf.
You just said straight wisdom check?
Yeah, wisdom check. And the DC would be like 10 plus the spell's level. Alright, Turig, you've got no idea what this spell is. But Reinhardt, even in your undead state, you still have this semblance of what it means to be a druid. And you decipher the spell scroll as a spell scroll of commune with nature. It's a 5th level spell. And this is what it does. You briefly become one with nature and gain knowledge of the surrounding territory. In the outdoors, the spell gives you knowledge of the land within 3 miles of you. In caves and other natural underground settings, the radius is limited to 300 feet. It does not function where nature has been replaced by construction like dungeons and towns. And you gain knowledge of up to 3 facts of your choice about any of the following subjects: terrains and bodies of water, prevalent plants, minerals, animals, or people, powerful celestials, fays, fiends, elementals, or undead, influence from other planes of existence, and buildings. You determine the location of a powerful undead in the area, or a major source of safe drinking water.
I see.
Okay, as you guys are resting as well, do you guys, it was like fairly early in the morning when you guys arrived here, so I presume you're taking the rest of the day off and hanging out at Firefinger. Does anyone...
We have to wait for it to clear.
Yeah. Now, does anyone want to take a short rest first? You're under no obligation to take a short rest.
No, but I'll do that ritual and see what happens. So I guess if it's a ritual, I can do it more than once.
Well, you have to go to Cursor You don't know how to do the ritual.
Oh, okay.
He said come to Cursor and they'll show you how to do it.
So yeah,
But,
can I cast this scroll as a ritual if I'm a druid?
No, the scroll is single use, and you would have to make a DC 15 wisdom check actually to cast it.
Let's hold on to that. There's no need to cast that now.
Alright, and when you guys are ready, if you're not taking a short rest, just head inside the spire so I'll know to move on. We'll see if anything happens for the rest of today.
Well, those other terror folk are going to be coming back.
There's always going to be something coming back.
That brings me to my other question. How much health do I have?
You've got, you're back on full health.
Okay.
Well, I'm still on the world map.
Me too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm on the world map.
That kind of makes sense why no one was moving.
Uh,
Alright, so Radgud will take a short rest. He'll burn his remaining hit die.
you tell us a ghost story.
Are there any terror bodies left up here?
There's a couple.
Should we push them off? Just so if the other terror birds come, they're not tipped off that all the other ones are dead?
Push them
Reinhardt
down
would
the
have done this
chimney-
already.
in the chimney middle, so they don't see them around the tower.
He smacks them and throws them off the thing.
That works too.
Ragnar doesn't touch him, he doesn't care.
He gives them a good kicking.
Oh, sorry, you're doing that, Reinhardt. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you send them off. The jungle canopy would cover them anyway, for the most part. Alright, so you guys are hanging out for the day, and it's night falls. And you guys are just talking, eating, and whatnot.
Definitely the hardest day yet.
The tower's flame illuminates the actual top of Firefinger, so it's still fairly bright around here. So this is the same night now. And you guys hear something landing on the pinnacle.
Hey! Where are the scouts?
You hear a voice calling out from directly outside.
In common?
Yeah, and it sounds like the Terrafolk. You hear them like land. And...
Can we hear how many?
No, but one of them pretty much just pokes his head around the corner like pretty quickly after landing.
I've been here before.
Stab at the face.
Ready for round 2.
Charges.
Alright, he appears around the corner here. He looks kind of surprised.
Huh? What the hell? Where's Nrak?
The Terrafolk yells. What do you guys do? Just attack?
I turn into a wolf.
Yeah, it's the middle of the night. We're all tired. Just kill it.
I turn out to Dionychus.
Alright, well, before you guys have a chance to do that, they just attack then when you don't respond to them. They just start attacking. His javelin gets ready to attack the closest person. Orion, you're up first.
Bonus action, I'll shift and become more bestial. And then I'll yell, his body's on the forest floor, like yours will be.
Huh? Hey! I don't think so.
And then I'll shoot him with my bow.
What have you done with all our stolen treasure? We stole that fair and square.
We're reclaiming it. I'll hold out my my patch.
And the arrow hits. This Terrafolk roars,
Ah, let me at him.
and he skirts around here, landing on the side of the pinnacle, and he tries to attack Reinhardt through the doorway with his javelin. And the javelin misses. You got half cover. He hits the stone door frame. He tries to get at you again. And he hits. The javelin catches you, and you take 10 points of piercing damage. Radgar is going to try and hit one of these Terrafolk. He misses with his shield. He swings again. And he smacks the Terrafolk. He's going to try and shove the Terrafolk actually back so he has room rather than trying to knock it prone. Alright, he just hits it with a shield and he pushes forward. He runs out while pushing at the Terrafolk. And he's going to do that again. He's going to try and push the Terrafolk back even more. And he just thumps the shield straight into the Terrafolk's ribs. You hear loud bones crashing and breaking. And Radgar just roars,
Ah! Don't be cowards! We fight!
and he steps aside to make room for someone else. And the nearby Terrafolk attacks him and misses him. Reinhardt.
He's not smart, is he?
Direwolf time.
Alright, you will be squeezing because it is a large creature.
I can pass. Just
There's only a 5-foot square space. But you can
it's
still
okay. I'm mostly fluff anyway.
you can still squeeze it. You'll be at disadvantage, but then your pack tactics will also negate that.
I mean, can I continue pushing through the door until I'm...
No, the Terrafolk don't let you go by. They're blocking the door.
Okay, well, I'm gonna bite.
You could dash and try and squeeze by this way, but you wouldn't. Yeah, it would be 10, 20,
Would be
30.
bloody.
Oh, you could get out there if you want. It'd be what,
Without-
10, 20, 30. Cost you 35 feet
dashing?
of movement to get there. You've got 40, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because when you're squeezed... Oh, you got 50. So yeah, you could get out there if you want.
Okay.
If you don't mind being on the edge of the pinnacle again.
I mean, what? Are you gonna kill me twice and then I'm already dead?
The Terrafolk might.
Let's see here. If I got here, would it still count as pack tactic?
Pack Tactics is advantage against any creature who's within 5 feet of one of your allies. So this one and this one, you have Pack Tactics for.
Okay, I will go here, wherever. Here?
Yeah, you can go there. Alright, this Terrafolk will attack you with an opportunity attack at advantage as you squeeze by him. He hits, sinking a javelin to you for 12 piercing.
Okay, I will then bite this one.
Alright, when you attack the Terrafolk, your attack is imbued with a certain level of strength, driven by anger. And any attack you do will incur an extra 46 piercing damage.
Okay. Oh, no, guess not.
That is a miss.
Alright, okay. That will be my turn.
Right, you squeeze through, you come around the side, skirt around, try to bite at the Terrafolk. The Terrafolk jumps back and you more just viciously snaps in front of it. Torek.
Turn into a Dionychus.
That's your favorite.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
The Dionychus runs forward. And I don't get pounced because it's not far enough. But it jumps at it with a claw.
That is a miss. And a miss. And a hit. Alright, you go straight for the lymph node and just bite the Terrafolk's neck out. It's the easiest target because their necks are so long. You just jump up, snap onto its neck. It flips its head from side to side, blood spurts out everywhere, and then you just drag it down. Your prey falls to the floor. Calendar.
And I move clear of the door.
Calendar wants to bring up that the lymph node is to do with the immune system.
Its immune system is completely gone.
It's just been decimated.
Radka's the one pointing this out. Oh, you got his lymph node.
I
Limp.
chew it down and bite and eat it.
Hey, why are you moving, Victor? It's not your
Oh,
turn.
sorry. I was looking for the limp. was I
Wait,
over
wait,
here?
back there. Stay. Okay, Calendar, you spring forth out of the doorway, thrust the rapier forward, and you catch the Terrafolk in the leg. The rapier pierces in. Blood spurts out as you draw the rapier out.
Thank God his lymph node was taken out of action.
Victor.
Okay, so I'm gonna. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna throw my spear at this one.
That is a hit. And you just, you aim straight for the lymph node. You just take the spear, you wait for the perfect opening, you see his weak immune system, and you target it, which is actually in his chest. And you hit him directly in his heart. The Terrafolk just grabs onto his chest, takes a step back, and he vanishes off the edge of the spire.
What, my spear?
With the spear embedded into his chest.
A new spear now as well.
You can go down and find it tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Petra.
That would be 20. I don't see anything, so I'm going to prepare an action. If I see If I see one of the folk, I will parafolk. I will fire an Eldritch Blast.
Okay. Alright, this Terrafolk's gonna try and grab Ragda. Come here! And Radka just tenses. Like the Terrafolk grabs him on the bicep and Ragda just flexes and just like breaks one of the Terrafolk's fingers. Ah! The Terrafolk
lymph node.
it's gonna leap up into the air, provoking from Ragda and Reinhardt. Reinhardt, you'll have advantage from pack tactics.
Do I get an attack because he had to go through my line of sight?
Yeah,
If he makes
you
it
will
that
just
far.
see him. Alright, Radka's actually going to try and shield bash him, try and knock him back prone. You crit Reinhardt, so you get an extra 8d6 damage onto the attack.
He has to make a strength save as well.
I don't think he's going to survive, but roll damage first and we'll see.
Yeah, I might not even get my Eldritch Blast.
Okay,
Yeah.
just the extra, the hate damage.
That's not included in the damage from the crit.
Yeah,
Right.
that was just the extra revenant damage. Alright, you just chomp onto the Terrafolk's torso, and as he's flying, you just rip his entire torso out, and his head just falls onto the ground, and his legs just kind of, they keep walking forward a little bit before they splash onto the ground in a pool of blood. And Radga's like got his shield lifted up, ready to attack, and even he looks a bit like horrified. What the hell? And you just like devour.
That's a howl. After devouring, major howl of like anger.
Alright, that loud howl causes nearby birds to get spooked and fly from their perches on the canopy, and it kind of echoes in the surrounding area. And then you actually
Orion
hear these.
involuntary howls too. He immediately starts howling as well, not on purpose.
Turek starts chirping like a dinosaur would.
Alright, you guys all chirp and howl into the night. And on that note, everyone take a long rest, and we'll take a 10-minute break and level up to level 4.
Hate damage.
That was incredible.
And an extra 93 experience.
How much XP do we have?
I'm not sure what the total is. Someone will post it for you though. Let me make I think I've got the compendium sharing turned on, so if you use the character mancer, should be easy. Just keep track of how many hit die you have. Don't forget, you're only going to gain 2 hit die. So if you're out, you're only going to have 2 out of 4. I'll see you guys. Oh yeah, also as you guys are resting as well, you identify the mask. It's called the Mask of the Beast. It's an uncommon magic item. It's shaped in the likeness of a beast's visage. It has 3 charges. You can use 1 charge to use the mask and cast Animal Friendship as an action.
I get a turret.
Dope.
Are feats turned off in Character Mancer?
Maybe I haven't given compendium access. Let me check.
It's just feats just are broken in Character Mancer. They don't really apply.
I think
Yeah.
Have they not fixed that yet?
They don't do anything. They just add the text, and even then, sometimes it won't add the text. So like, if you have like the whatever the alert feat, it won't give you the passive perception. You have to do that all yourself.
I'll put in a bug report. Oh, what happened? Why did your magic items fold to duplicate? Another glitch. Glitch upon a glitch. Alright.
So I'm taking Kensai Monk, Longbow, Longsword.
Okay.
I think it's surviving that thing. I think it's time for me to pick up the lucky feat.
Your character will crumble into dust at the end of this session, so don't get too attached to Reinhardt, because you cannot be brung back. But level up. I'll see you guys back soon.
So much for my hate damage.
It was good while it lasted.
You mean an hour?
Yeah.
Oh no, my freaking finally my hotspot craps out.
Huh? I don't even know what I want to play now. Maybe a character that knows feather.
I don't know, we're pretty well-rounded. You can just go around playing whatever you want.
Yeah, you can be whatever.
I'll be a bard, paladin, sorcerer, warlock.
I've heard of worse multi-classes.
If that's what you want to do. I'm just wondering how you would introduce yourself to the group, being a bard, warlock, paladin, sorcerer?
I mean, the warlock and the sorcerer are the easy part. Anyone can be a sorcerer and anyone can be a warlock. Just gotta sell your soul and have been born with magic.
You were born with magic and sold your soul to learn guitar to...
I sold my soul for rock and roll.
Yeah.
Ooh, what's a good like god or
I don't even know anymore. I spent so much time on Reinhardt and now it's da.
I felt so
Maybe
bad.
you didn't play Reinhardt today. Maybe you played some other character,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
Reinhardt would be your new character.
Because we technically didn't know him at all, so you could just say, yeah.
You introduced him to us, so
It's not really. I mean, is it death if I just play the exact same character? Reinhardt's son. He's just young.
Yeah. Reinhardt Jr.
He's twin.
I
there it is.
love that story.
I've come to avenge my father.
You've killed my father. Prepare to die. He gets like 2d6 against Petros. Okay. I don't know if would Seb let me play Reinhardt Jr.
I have no idea.
Just rename him. Just rename the character.
Yeah, just pick another Overwatch name.
Hey, you know what? If you want to still do druid, maybe try a different kind of druid.
That's a good point.
But even Seb said he didn't know anything about your character. So you could literally just change the name and like the avatar picture, and you're set to go.
There's a lot of druids in this forest.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was gonna get frostbite because I get my next cantrip.
Nice.
Sweet.
Reinhardt just jumps off the building and then... Lucky would have literally saved my life.
Maybe. Because I was a halfling, and you know the halfling luck. I still rolled on multiple occasions. I still rolled double crit fails. That was my last character with Seb is Jasper Greenleaf, who is a monk of Ilmat.
Ranger would be strong for this pain, but Rangers suck.
Again, don't worry about what is optimal or what is good. Just have fun. That's all. That's what this game's about. If you want to try some off the wall shit, go for it, man. I'm a goblin druid.
I'm a dex
freaking way
barbarian.
out there.
Have fun.
Go for it, man.
You're lucky because this party is balanced. You're entering a balanced party, so you have the freedom to do literally anything.
And you know, if I was playing min maxi, it definitely would be goblin as my race for druid, because goblins make terrible druids. Oh my god, nothing is freaking loading. I think I gotta switch my hotspot to my phone again. I will be back.
Time to be an artificer. Well, I mean, he is old enough to have a child somewhere.
I can't wait for level 11 to get reliable talent, and I'll never fail another ability check.
I think we're maxing at 10, dude.
Isn't this... I thought this campaign was 11 to 15.
I think
thought it
it's
was 1 to 10.
and then he's going to decide if we keep on from there.
That's right. Sorry to immediately shit on your happiness.
Well, I think I can find the horse some way around here. Okay, find the one Undrill saw.
Be ranger with crossbow expert and what's the other feat called? Sharpshooter. Might be.
I hate that Roll20 doesn't load everything unless I'm doing something wrong. Like, 'cause I'm looking through the class stuff and it only loads like one of the class archetypes.
Yeah, I'm missing some things, I think, as well. I think it's being a bit buggy at the moment.
It's not even like I own the player's handbook thing. It's like component for Roll20. So it shouldn't even matter if Seb's enabled it or like shared it, but it's still not coming through. What do you mean I don't own it? I'm gonna have to redo.
I now have deflect missiles, which is going to come in handy.
How's everyone doing?
Good.
Good.
Okay, it's the next morning. Druids, you guys can prepare your spells. You guys get ready. You put your gear back on. Grab your weapons. You conservatively eat your rations. And you drink the last of your water.
I'm guessing we didn't set up rain catchers.
It had died off, it wasn't raining. But it's actually raining this morning. So you guys can fill back up by setting up the rain catchers. Alright, despite it raining, it's a sun shower. So it's actually a very clear day. And just stepping out, obviously no more terrafolk came back during the night. Just stepping out onto the spire, you're just astounded by the view in this clear weather. And you can see much, much more than you could previously. So, I'll go over to the map of chalk.
Since it's day, I'm going to cast my mage armor and extend it by double the duration.
Okay. That'll get you through like the entire day.
Yep.
Whole day of travel and whatnot.
So I want to bring this up to the party. I know we're trying to get to Camp Vengeance, but if we can reliably travel away from Firefinger 2 hexes, so that if we go in another different direction, we can get here and then only be 2-ish hexes away from Mesro, which is a cool abandoned area that we could, I mean, we're close enough to that it might be worth it.
But what do we have to do in Mesro? Was there anything to do?
No, but we know there might be cool shit there.
Is it a town?
No, it's an abandoned area, like it might be an abandoned city or something.
Might be where the death curse is originating from.
Yeah, or there might be a clue.
Yeah, let's go there then.
We're close enough that I want to bring it up. And then we can come back to Firefinger and then use it to maybe, I don't know, get us here. And then we can go to Camp Righteous and Vengeance. If we are lucky.
Before that, I want you to keep in mind, we've gotten lost just getting to this point quite a few times. And I don't imagine if we go to Mesro, we'll have enough food to make it to Camp Righteous.
Well, we might have enough food to get to Camp Righteous, just not back to Port Nazaro if we have to.
Well, what day is it?
17.
We have 60 days worth of food. It took us 2 weeks to get here. And I'm pretty sure we're going to be okay.
It's day
I'm pretty
19
sure-
now.
If we're here,
Food runs out day 72.
I'm just betting that we can get 2 to 3 hexes without getting lost.
Alright, if we get to here, let's go to this port then, because then we can restock here.
Is that an abandoned port too?
That is an abandoned
Yeah.
port. Every triangle is abandoned.
Yeah, the black squares are ruins. The X's are natural landmarks, like a ravine or something like that, or an abandoned camp. The shovel and pickaxe are mines.
Is anybody against going to Mesro first?
I'm against it.
As you guys are talking, you actually are taking in this view, and you can see a lot more than what you could yesterday. So you're 300 feet above the ground, sky is clear. You can see easily again about 20 miles around the tower, and then you can make out all these scattered plateaus. You can see the area around the Peak of Flames, so I'm going to reveal just the hexes around it. You can see there's a bit of jungle terrain, and there's a valley also near the Peak of Flames, so I'll take away some hexes. Of course, every time you go into one of these uninhabited areas, I'll reveal more of the map. So,
And it,
yeah.
well, if we are worried about food, we could always go to here.
I don't think so.
Very, very
I mean,
welcome there.
I'd love to get there, but like,
Alright,
it
so
depends on what direction.
The problem is that we're also on a timeline.
yeah.
So
Before we go any
okay,
further, let me
but-
just to keep talking, please don't interrupt me. So you guys can see these mountain ranges there. They seem to be volcanoes, and there is smoke towering out of the mountains. You can see a valley at the base of the mountains where the jungle isn't obscuring it. And Turig, you maybe would know the name of this location. You can make me a survival check.
I can't actually look at my character sheet right now because my internet's being really slow right now.
Okay. Well, I'll just tell you what it is. It's Valley of Embers. That's what you guys can call it. So there's a bit of a plateau of rock, no jungle, and there's a lake nearby as well. Lake Luo. So all of these hexes are revealed for you guys. And you can see a bit of a basin as well. So there's no there's like no jungle canopy in this area. So you can see that big pock mark in the jungle canopy over in this area. Lake Luo and the Valley of Embers. I'll reveal a couple more hexes as well. And then you can make out a large basin. The Aldani Basin over here. This must be the Aldani Basin that Annette wanted to go to. Again, there's no jungle canopy. So you just see a big hole in the top of the forest, and it's quite a large basin of water. So all that is revealed on your map as well. It's quite a large area actually. So there's like a heap of hexes that get revealed to you guys. All that area, the Aldani Basin. And yeah, enormous gaps in the jungle canopy is what you guys are seeing. So that's it. So now you can continue formulating a plan.
So yeah, I have no quorum with going to Mesro because it might lead to a clue. But going from Mesro to Cure Sabal might be a bad idea if we're on a time crunch.
Yeah, but if we go to Mesro and then backtrack to Firefinger, that distance would take us all the way to Camp Righteous.
Yeah, but Mesro could tell us about the death curse. It's like the reason we're here. The only reason not to do it, there's no reason not to go there, essentially.
Or do we know that the death curse originated from here then?
We know that it originated from a ruin, or exploring this continent is the way to find out.
All you know is that it's supposedly originated in Chult. Could be anywhere. Not necessarily a ruin.
Seb, you said we were out of water, correct?
It's raining, so you set up the rain catches. You can get some more. It's raining this
If
morning.
you guys need more water, I can.
I think
Alright,
with the
alright,
rain
alright.
catchers we're good.
Yeah, I think
Same thing with
we worked it out that the rain catchers provided enough water for everyone. It's provided it's raining, of course. See?
Is that a picture of him drinking piss?
Yes.
No, it's not a snake skin.
You guys need 2 gallons each, and there's 7 of you. So you can hold up to 8 gallons in each rain catcher. So you set 2 of them up. That gives you 16 gallons. So you're actually a little bit short. But you can, fill up your water skins. Let them continue to fill up. I'd say that you probably spend until late morning, collecting enough rainwater, and you presume that the other group below are also doing the same thing.
Is Ragnar still with us?
He is. But he's still talking about heading back to Port Nine, Zaru.
Okay, I'll be sort of practicing after almost dying. I'll be practicing a couple of new moves and that I've learnt on him as we go, just like practice.
Okay.
I'm assuming Reinhardt can feel that he's about to poof at the end of all this.
No, you're fine. You haven't. That'll happen at the end of the session.
Well, okay.
And yeah, it's kind of it's kind of stifling where you guys are. Like, you know, the heat is already well above 100 degrees Fahrenheit, or like 40 degrees Celsius, and this beacon, this magical plume of fire that is putting out tremendous heat. So you're actually super uncomfortable staying on top of this spire. I had a hard, like, it was hard to sort of sleep because you were just so hot. So first of all, well, you guys need to make your way down.
I'm guessing the chimneys are the safest way to go down.